Judah at this point, the Assyrians and the Babylonians. And the thing is that he is telling God, you don't straighten these people up, they're going to get them.
Yep.
What you waiting on?
What you waiting on?
They're your folks. They belong to you. And see, that's one of the things I used to say all the time. When folks would do wrong and I said, God, them are your people, you picked them. Because some of them folk I'd have left in sin. I left for right. I'm not like y'all. I'm not going to lie and say I would have extended grace to everybody. Okay, just me. I know y'all wouldn't do that because y'all real holy. I ain't that holy. I'm telling the truth. I've been like, look, no. You ever see people who have a reject pile? Put that on the reject pile. And I'll keep this one. No, you take that, I'll keep this one. And so the thing is that you keep walking, these people keep running afoul of the covenant. They keep running afoul of what it is that God has commanded them to do. But God tells him, look, don't you worry about what I'm doing.
All right.
Wow, yes, sir.
We get up in God's business sometimes, and you just need to go sit down somewhere. They used to say when we were little, and the grown folk would get to talking. Y'all, I know y'all didn't have this in any of y'all houses, but
yeah, we did.
You know, the folk would get together and they'd be talking, and usually they was gossiping, but don't tell them that. They was figuring out what the prayer request should be. Y'all ever know that? And the thing is that they would get to talking. And you be sitting there with your mouth open.
Yep.
Trying to listen.
Yep.
Trying to find out. And they see you, get out of here, this grown folk business. Get out. Go outside and play. This is God's business. And too many times we get up in God's business trying to fix it and trying to figure it out and trying to tell. And God saying, this is my business, Habakkuk. But here's what I want you to do. He said, here's what I want you to know. He said, I give the vision. And when I give the vision, here's what I want you to do. I want you to write it down and save it for the future.
Wow.
See, the vision is not always for today.
That's right.
The vision is most of the time, when you get a vision, it is a long-term thing. And see, in this society, in this day and age, we only like instant stuff. We'll pop popcorn in the microwave. If we can't have popcorn in 2 minutes, it ain't popcorn. One of my friends, she wrote about how her daughter, she had cooked popcorn the old-fashioned way. And her daughter said, "Oh, you didn't cook popcorn from scratch." I was like, Lord have mercy. The child don't even know. She doesn't know that you don't have to put it in the microwave and pop it up. But see, we like stuff that's instant.
Yes, sir.
We will put something in the microwave and cook it in a minute. And one time somebody told me you could put a roast in the microwave and cook it. I told them, no, I like my things. I like some taste. I want to make sure that food I want to make sure the juices get down in there. I don't want something quick all the time. Because sometimes just because it's quick doesn't mean it's good and not necessarily better. Not at your house, only at my house. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. And so the thing is that as he begins to talk about, he talks about a vision, but if you look at it, what he's really talking about is a revelation. Revelation is when you get something, when you can start to expect something, when you envision something that you hadn't known about before. Write it down for the future, because you're going to have to come back to it.
Yes, sir.
When I was in school, when the professor said, this is a good note to take down, I would take it down because I knew eventually the thing is that you need to be able to come back to it. And the thing is because God doesn't operate on our timetable. What you deem should happen today, God might say, not today, not now. To make it plain means to deal with clarity by form and or content. When God was speaking to Habakkuk to make it clear, he was talking about engraving the words so they were clear to the people and so that they could see the tablets. The thing is that at one point, it depended on what the message was. If the message needed to go out, there would be a runner who would hurl it throughout the country. But if it was something that needed to be put up, they would write it on the table and tack it on the wall for the people to come through and see it. And when they came through and see it, saw it, they would go back and they would tell it to other folk. The thing is that we don't always go out and tell everything when we see the tablet, even when it's clear. The thing is that we make it up. Sometimes we add to it or take away from it, depending on how we feel.
Wow.
God's going to bless you with a new car. God's going to give her a hoopty.
Yes.
God's going to bless her with a new car. She can't afford no car.
See.
And see, that's why you have to write it down. So that when folks start talking about what it is that God can't do or what God's not going to do, you can go back and say, well, wait a minute. He made it plain. This is what he told me he was going to do. It's pretty clear right here. It's pretty clear right here. That's why when you deal with contracts, I used to work with contracts. You got to be very specific about what it is. We were talking about health care one time, and the negotiator said, be very clear with them. We're not taking less than 10%. He said, not 9.95 either, 10%. Be very clear. And so when it was time to write out the contract, we were very clear. They will pay 10%. Because there's something about clarity. When God was speaking to Habakkuk, he made it plain. He made it clear. He was talking about, he told him to go ahead and engrave it so that the people could see it. He told him to engrave it so that the word could go throughout the country. And he's not talking about an iPad when he says a tablet. The thing is that we always think we got to have the latest gadget. When God says something, when God gives a vision, it's of lasting importance. It's worth saving. Some of the things that folks say to you or like right for you, it ain't worth saving. Put it in the garbage can. Because sometimes what folks say to you ain't worth the air they put it out in. It's not worth the paper they wrote it on.
Amen.
We'll save a card from our boo, but we won't save a card with the words that God has given to us. And the thing is that truth be told, God's going to outlast the boo. God then tells him why to write the vision and to make it plain. He said that he may run that reads it. The vision doesn't allow you to do nothing. When you have a vision, you can't just sit around and talk about you got a vision. That doesn't mean anything.
I know it's right.
Because see, we can talk about a whole lot of stuff. But you got to do some work when you have a vision. Once you read the vision, you have to get moving. The message needs somebody to carry it. Mainly it has to be about, you have to keep on task. One of the things, if you watch the presidential election, they were always telling you, tell him, stay on message. The reason he got in trouble because he's got